You talk a lot about managing your team that is overseas.
Yep.
I know that you've got newsletters on this. What are some key things that you want people to understand about managing overseas talent? There's cultural differences, there's processes, practices.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. So I think it's basically, and for this audience, I'm sure it's relevant, but it's very similar to managing any employee. It's just magnified, right?
Yeah.
Because
which a lot of contractors struggle with, frankly. They're so worried about the job that they don't really dedicate a lot of time to managing employees and putting in processes because they're focused on the job.
Yep.
But go ahead.
Correct. And so I would just say it's going to, it's like what people say about getting rich. It just makes you more of who you were originally. And so hiring global talent just makes you more of whatever kind of manager you were with local talent, right? Yeah. So if you're really like unclear with instructions, that's kind of a problem for in-office staff. It's a freaking crisis for global talent because you can't just say, hey, follow Khalil around for the first week. He'll teach you. You can't do that, right? And so if you don't have your shit together, you're just gonna flail, right? And so some of the best practices are, again, recognizing it's gonna cost you more time before it saves you time. It's probably the biggest one. It's an investment, right? Being really clear in your instructions, I would say, is a big one. So saying, instead of just kind of like an all lowercase half-formed email, you have to be a leader, right? You have to say, okay, the background is we get lots of emails. I'm too busy to answer them. Your goal is to sort through them and flag important ones. The way you're going to do that, like you have to speak clearly in written or verbal form. You can't just say, hey, could you just do my emails? What the hell does do my emails mean? Right?
And it's exactly like your analogy earlier of climbing the mountain. You've got to be that guy that's climbing the mountain. You can't just be like, yeah, just go ahead and go up right there. Right. That's the spot.
Oh, I don't see at the top. I'm busy.
You've got to literally hold their hand and do it with them so that on their way down, they remember and they can redo it, go back up themselves.
And over time, right, they're going to learn, as are you. And then you're going to see how powerful it is to have access and understanding of this kind of talent pool. You'll never run your company the same way again.